Hello guys and welcome back to another game. We are on MegaRandom for a change, something to mix things up, get things a little bit different, push home some kind of different playstyle hopefully. So we'll see exactly what does happen in a map like this where it's just fantastic aggressive plays usually into really obscene strategies. In the blue playing as the Goths we have Tatoh, pretty much the master of MegaRandom at the moment. I don't think anyone's going to really deny his abilities in this style of map. Really good at his just improvisational skills in general in Age at the moment. Backing that up with some super solid play, so really one to be looking out for. Over in the orange we have probably one of the most solid players in AOC at the moment, playing as the Goths as well. We have Bact in the orange, super strong player overall. If you've been watching the 2v2 Return of the Kings at the moment, you know just how strong he is, and in fact if you were watching that, you knew I was a big part of that one there, casting most of the starting games. So if my voice fails me in this video, I'm extremely sorry about it, and hopefully I don't put it up anyway, because there will be lots and lots of weird airy moments if that's the case. So straight away on MegaRandom, we need to have a look at the map, figure out what exactly we've got. I'm going to hit that speed up button just because I like to get through feudal age nice and quickly, and I like to see the actual hecticness of the game begin, especially on a map like this. So looking at what we've got Bact with his berry bushes in the back there, does have a normal deer patch. Looking for any boar, looks like we're going to see both his boar over here, so going to be starting off with the same amount of boar. So a relatively standard build is definitely possible here. Some very large gold piles on the map here, but just looking at it just laid out in general, it looks like Tatoh's got a big advantage on the minimap already. Couple of stone pilers as well. Goths, really important to get those castles up, get some Huskarls out. Of course, Anarchy Tech allowing you to actually build them at the barracks, so going to be quite quick once it's into there, but at the same time you do need that initial castle, and castles are just extremely good for pushing with. Looking over at Tatoh's base and the minimap straight away, we can see the amount of gold piles he's got on his side at the moment. Absolutely huge. This is going to be a big advantage for him. Basically, the longer the game actually runs out, the quicker he's going to be able to get into just pushing through all Bact's trash, because he's going to have those gold units out. Champions, of course, being able to create them as Goths, probably the biggest trash killer in the entire game, so he's really found himself in a good situation here overall, and we can see he's luring in the second boar as well, and looks like he's going to get caught there and actually lose the villager, so Tatoh's starting off on the back foot already, not exactly what we do want to see. That said, just examining the map really quickly, it looks like it is very close to a rivers game here, or highland I should probably say, not rivers so much, so basically both players are going to be able to put down some docks, get some extra ships out on the field at the moment. Looks like we can see the house in the back here, dock coming up on the front for Tatoh, and it looks like we have the dock coming up in the back for Bact himself. So it looks like we will be seeing quite a bit of water gameplay here. Goth's not the strongest naval civ out there, but at the same time, Goth v Goth means it's going to be quite even overall as well. So hopefully we should see a really strong game here out of both players. Really, I think definitely I would say the advantage at the moment towards Tatoh, just because of his experience on this map. Losing that village, though, definitely going to hurt him quite a bit. Just checking out the rest of Tatoh's map at the moment, he's got his berries down here in the back. He's also got his large gold pile quite close to his town center. Couple of stones, which is kind of nice. So he's got the 2 stones there, but nowhere near as much stone as Bact has on his side. So it looks like we're actually swapping stone and gold at the moment. Stone, of course, quite important for castle drops, things like that, but overall, at the end of the day, gold is the king resource in this game, because it's the only thing you can really use to make units, get them out on the field, and keep them nice and strong. So army composition going to be very much dictated by this. It does have a lumber up in the back at the moment. It doesn't look like it's going to be able to get harassed from the shoreline there too badly. I'm pretty sure the same goes, yes, for back there. I don't think he's going to have any issues overall, but just looking around, so we've got that stone there and this stone here. As for Bact, he's got this stone over here, this one next to his TC, past his TC, and then further on across as well. So the options are definitely there. Probably the big thing I have to say as well, this map behaving a little bit like a Highland Scandinavia. Reasons I'm saying this is we do have these just water patches down the sides of each side of the map, so basically any player who's going to put them in here not going to be able to do too much with them. Tatoh, I'm guessing at the moment he probably hasn't scouted the entire map, so he's not going to know exactly what's going on here. Probably going to think that this river actually runs around to the side, but fact is, Tatoh on this side here, as long as Bact doesn't put up any docks in the center island, center area here, he's not going to actually be able to get in and harass the fishing ships, which is actually a really big deal, and it's actually a lot easier for Bact to actually defend this one, just because his river over here, it's not actually connected to the main one. So basically, and this tree line here as well, meaning that even if it does Tatoh, if he lands, he's going to have to come all the way down, around, and basically through this section here before he actually manages to do much about it. Bact on his way up to feudal age now, so going to be up a little bit earlier than Tatoh. Going to give him a good advantage, start getting some kind of fishing ships out, get some galleys out if he wanted to. Probably the biggest problem I'm going to see from either of the players in this game, just the fact that they're not going to know whether or not they should be creating galleys. Because just looking at the map at the moment, Bact really hasn't explored a lot. I don't know if he thinks this is an island game right now, because if he thinks it's islands, he's going to get some just galleys out in general, and from there, he's going to get caught not being able to actually do anything with this side water here, and he's just going to have wasted galleys there. Having a look, 2 villages on there. Might honestly be going for a fast castle by the looks of things. He does have the 30 pop there. Tatoh only just getting loom as well now. Tatoh on 28 pop, so it looks like we have seen quite a big difference there from Bact. Really strong play in general, keeping the pop lead, because we did have that one villager lost. But out there as well, Bact is playing such a solid game at the moment. So hopefully we don't see both players try and transition into water too much. Tatoh going to be in a good place if he does, just because he'll be able to hold this just river across the center. And if he can hold that, it's going to stop Bact really pushing out against him until Bact can drop basically an aggressive castle to cover some docks, something like that. So really at the end of the day, gonna have to see exactly how this one does get played out. Tatoh, it looks like he's still just making villages at the moment, happy to be just duking it out in Dark Age, I guess, at the moment. Not really too fussed about going up to feudal, so Bact, of course, gonna have the advantage here, and the longer he's up and the longer he's got those tech advantages, the easier he's gonna actually be able to take the game away from Tatoh, especially if he gets up in a castle, booms it up, because Tatoh gonna be sitting behind on TCs at the moment. Tatoh only just clicking up to feudal age now after we have Bact clicking up. Market going down for Bact as well. Probably should see a blacksmith. There we go, down in the side. Couple of villages, of course, can be on the way as well. So really strong play at the moment from Bact, and it looks like he's just going to have the food count. He's going to need to advance, get an extra villager out to minimize that idle time. So really, this is actually a pretty strong play right now from Bact. He's going to be on 33 population, clicking up at about the 12.5-minute mark, so he's looking very strong in this game right now indeed. As for Tatoh, he's only going to be just getting up into feudal by the time, I think Bact's actually going to have clicked up well before the time we're going to see Tatoh even get into feudal age, so a very big difference there overall. Tatoh going to actually have to find out something he can do at the moment, because I'm really starting to stress out he's not paying enough attention to the game at the moment, just because, not that he's not focused on the game, just that he's playing a completely different style, and that might turn into an issue, because even just looking at the timings right now, there's about 1 minute and 30 seconds between Tatoh hitting feudal age and Bact hitting castle. If Bact gets away really quickly in this, he's going to be able to throw up a couple of TCs, get a really big boom off before Tatoh even has a chance to get up to feudal, and then from there, do some serious damage. We can see double bit axe and horse collar going down as well for Bact as well, so we did neglect to get those upgrades in feudal age. That said, he was there for about all of 2 minutes, so it's not the biggest deal in the world, so he's going to have quite a strong eco when he goes in. Just got to be careful that he's got the wood count he actually needs to get those extra TCs up. Of course, going to be able to throw one up on his lumber in the back here if he wants to, and then going to be able to throw one up over here. It looks like we can see no galleys from Bact, so it looks like he knows the map. Tatoh as well, I'm assuming he's probably knowing the map as well at this point in time. Blacksmith getting thrown up. Should see a market across the board somewhere. Ooh, stable. Very interesting. So we're seeing Blacksmith, stable, and barracks out of Tatoh. Tatoh might be looking to get a little bit more aggressive here, nice and early on. Basically, committing those resources just means he's not going to be able to get TCs up as easily. Not saying that he can't. It's just a bit of resource gain, well, resource loss in that kind of sense. So he's going to have to be careful with exactly what he does decide to do. We have a secondary dock up for Bact as well now, really utilizing those fishing ships as much as possible. At the moment, we can see Tatoh only having 2 fishing ships out, so that's probably where we're seeing the big just population difference from Bact. Bact going to be up in a castle age any minute now. Tatoh has clicked up to castle age, but he is starting to trail a little bit further behind. So Bact currently on 35 population. We can see Tatoh on 32, so there's actually a big difference in just overall there. We can see Bact actually has more pop and is going up quicker as well, so it's a really big difference overall there. Bact just up in Castle Age, we can see the town centre coming down between the gold and the wood there. Really good location for that one. Going down with a third extra TC, third TC in total. I think that's probably what I should be saying. Third TC coming down on the stone and wood as well. So he's actually in a really good place here to get that boom going, get into a nice defensive state, because of course he's got all his resources covered right now, and unless Tatoh gets over there and gets aggressive, I don't think we're going to be seeing too much of it. We can actually see a wall off from Tatoh as well. Looks like he knows what he's doing. He's expecting Bact to get a little bit more aggressive here, but I think in the long run, we're definitely going to be seeing Bact playing a very, very strong game here, and I don't know if Tatoh is going to be able to hold up to it. Of course, this is going to come down to Tatoh's boom. If he booms up really effectively, hopefully he should be in a good place, but Bact at the moment just looking like he's definitely got this one in a very commanding position. Looking at the resources as well, Tatoh looking like he wants to get some TCs down as well, so Bact's going to be ahead as far as the boom goes. All the extra fishing ship as well that he does have, meaning he's going to be able to keep that villager production nice and stable, while getting all his villagers villagers basically onto gold and wood, so he's going to be in a very smart place here. The game's going to be quite good from him, and it looks like we've actually got a dock coming up in the middle as well, so he could actually be potentially thinking of just committing to a landing here, so definitely a good idea from him. Just needs to get his eco up a little bit more, and then he's going to be in a really good place to actually push this one, and I kind of want to keep an eye on that dock, so if we do see a transport ship come out of it. Fire ship coming up straight away, so it looks like he is actually going to come through and try and get rid of the fishing ships first. Of course, that will stunt Tatoh's just basic boom as well, because he will actually have to commit more villagers onto just farms and berries in general. So basically those fishing ships going to be an issue if he loses them. Has actually started taking stone at the moment as well, so could be potentially actually trying to get down a couple of extra TCs. If that's the case, he's going to be in a good place to actually catch up boom wise, but at the end of the day, Bact's already just ahead at the moment by quite a bit. 46 population for Bact right now compared to the 35 of Tatoh. Considering we're 1745 in right now, and this is a fast castle build from both players, Bact just showing how solid he really is right now. Such a solid player overall. Fantastic play from him. We'll see exactly how this does decide to influence the game. Tatoh going out with his TCs at the moment as well, so it looks like we are going to be seeing a majority boom game. Couple of knights, though, finding their way out from Tatoh, so it looks like he's going to go up to the 3 TC knight push at the moment. If he can get into Bact's economy overall, going to be in a pretty good place, and that transport ship actually going to have damage there, could be killed off potentially by the fire ship. Going to have to be very careful about that one. We have 1 knight and 1 scout cavalry across, and it looks like, yes, the transport ship has been taken down, so there's going to be a little bit of an issue there. We can see extra fire ships coming out from Bact as well, so looking like he's in a very commanding position, really cementing his lead at the moment. As long as he doesn't lose any villagers to this night, going to be in a good place. Looks like we can see the fast wall going down, however, with only 33 HP on that house, it could be taken down quite quickly, and looks like he has realized that and he's going to get across. Bad news though, this one's only got 47, 28, 14... and he's going to get in there just in time. That is a fantastic fast wall there. Really impressed he actually managed to keep that wall up and this knight out of his base. At the end of the day as well, singular knight, not really going to cause too much damage, but if it gets into the line over here, it's not like you want to be exactly attacking it with villagers, so got to be very careful about that one overall. And bringing that house up nice and quickly as well. House is making fantastic walls, of course, so definitely just a building to be utilizing to the best of its ability there. Extra TC going down for Tatoh as well, so is going for the 4 TC boom. Seeing, of course, that Bact has walled off his map at the moment, not going to commit any harder to knights, and the fact that there's those fire ships out as well, going to make it very hard. Bact taking complete control of the water now. There's actually a massive score difference of about 300 points. Currently looking at 61 pop for Bact, or 62 I should say. Tatoh at 44 at the moment. 50 villages for Bact, 42 for Tatoh, so there is quite a bit of a difference there. And this house needs to be repaired. You've got villagers there to do it. It's just a matter of figuring out how you want to do it. Transport ship is across at the moment. We are seeing a stable go down. In fact, we're seeing a double stable go down. Is Tatoh able to see this one? He has seen the stable coming up, so he knows exactly what he's going to be in for there. Hopefully he notices it on the minimap, because it is just within line of sight. So hopefully you can see it there, because I can't really see the specs so much. Looking back over at Bact's base, he has got the defensive house up again, so he's going to be in a very good place to hold this one out at the moment. Really, the only way he could get through would have been up here, and this has been walled off as well. Monk has come across as well, so he's going to be able to start trying to get some converts there. The huge 9 range on that guy there. Going to notice that one, trying to get the converts, and of course this will alert him to the stables coming up, because he should be able to see that one just there as well. And managed to get the villager inside the base at the moment, so we are going to see a little bit of karate chops. I always like seeing the karate chops, so it should make it very interesting on how Bact decides to play this one out from here, because really he's going to be able to sit here, do the damage he can, and it looks like we are seeing knights coming down. Siege workshop getting dropped as well, so Bact getting very aggressive by the looks of things. Again, knight just trying to find its way in, but Bact just playing so defensively right now that just nothing that Tatoh can do. He's just got to boom up behind this, hope he can survive this night siege push, and if he can survive that one, even he's just going for scouts, if he can survive the push, he'll be able to potentially retaliate and push back, but I don't know if that's exactly what we're going to be able to see here. Going to take out the house over here, so there is a little bit of wood wastage, I guess, for Bact there overall, and it looks like he's trying to unload, but not going to happen. That's a lot of noise, so I'm going to swap off of Bact here for a second, and there we go, much better. So getting that one out. Scouts are out in field, don't have any upgrades on them whatsoever yet, but trying to find somewhere to get some harass in. We'll actually be able to come around the back here and get in, do some damage. Back though, it looks like he will come in with a knight as well, so going to be able to actually get some serious damage in there. We can see Bact actually patrolling the map as well, trying to make sure there's no little hidden pockets of fish up, so doing a really good job there overall. We're looking at nearly 1,000 points difference in score as well now, so Bact getting very aggressive now, and hopefully we're going to see him push this one as much as he can really. Dun, dun, dun. Overall, looking at the pops at the moment, 86 for Bact, 63 for Tatoh, so there is a quite large difference there. And it looks like that monk potentially going to get taken out by the fire ship. No, going to just survive on that one. Potentially get the convert, though. And he's going to get out of there just in time by the looks of things. Really smart play from Tatoh, though. This is something you don't see a lot. Of course, monks can convert ships. You just got to be very careful with them because they are quite fragile. So if they do get within range, they can just do a lot of damage very, very quickly. The stable going to get taken out by the battering ram as well. Looking down over in the back, this knight trying to get some villager kills. Going to get taken out by the TC quite quickly, though. No bloodlines, no extra armor. Basically means it will get taken out as far as it goes. Scout cavalry over here doing some damage for Tatoh, but end of the day, getting karate chopped to death there as well. And it looks like we can see a couple of extra scouts out on the field for Tatoh as well. Really trying to keep an idea of what's going on here at the moment. And it looks like the fire ship going to get the engagement here. Fire ship's very, very strong units overall, especially when they're not up against massed units. So you've got to be very, very careful with them. A couple of knights out for Bact at the moment as well. Going to try and get into the eco. Could potentially deny pretty much all the resource over here. As for looking at this one, could deny a little bit of resource here. But the rest of the base is covered very, very well just by all these town centers. That's really smart play from Tatoh. He's definitely built his base up defensively, getting quite a few barracks up at the moment. So of course, going to start utilizing that Goth bonus, get some halbs out, or I should just say pikes and castle edge, and really good fast wall there as well from Tatoh. So fantastic defensive styling. Bad news is though, this battering ram is going to be moving up, and I don't know if Tatoh is going to have an answer because it's really going to start getting to work on this town center. Naturally, it's going to be able to take out the ram quite easily, especially with a couple of villages there. If we see one or two mangonels out from back though, I was really just going to have to force Tatoh to actually find some kind of engagement, find a way to really push him back, but at the moment it's just not looking hopeful at all. We've got more than 1,000 points in the lead at the moment for Bact. I'm going to be really surprised to see him actually fall back from this one. Bact actually really cementing himself, taking out these buildings here. This is putting a huge amount of pressure on Tatoh, and I don't know how he's managed to fall behind so heavily now. A couple of extra barracks going up in the back as well for Bact. That Mangonel going to push out against the town center. There's actually nothing they're going to really be able to do against it. Looks like he is Mangonelling his own battering ram there, but we'll get a couple of kills on those spears. Going to put him in a good place. And this is actually looking absolutely horrendous right now. He's going to get the battering ram up on the TC. The Mangonel's going to come forward as well. Push that one. The knights are out, so they have +1 armor damage as well. So they're going to be in a good place to deal with these spears, especially the fact they are only spears, not upgraded to pikes yet. So he's going to be in a really good place here to actually just take this game. I'm honestly not going to be surprised if Tatoh actually calls a game soon, because he's starting to realize he doesn't have the units out to deal with this. He may have the eco there, but Bact's outdoing him in that side as well. Scale mail art coming out as well, so the armor there is going to be on the knights. They're going to be able to start sitting under those TCs, not caring quite so much. Going to have to figure out a way to deal with these spears though, and it looks like he's just going to commit to it with the knights. So really not a cost-effective trade, but at the same time, knights do take out spears quite quickly, so not losing any units there, making it very effective for him. Tatoh going down with pikes as well, so going to be able to get those units out in the field. Not looking so strong right now though. Extra farms coming up in the back, so I think he's preparing to lose this TC at the moment. The double Mangonel as well, going to take down that TC so quickly, and I'm not sure, and the castle drop is going down as well. This is actually cementing back stronghold at the moment. Not really going to be able to see a lot against this, so Knights pushing back of course, going to be able to take out these pikes, make sure the castle goes up. Tatoh has nothing to push into against this at the moment. This castle will push him up, do some serious damage. Fire ship in the back as well, doing some damage over there. Quite a few pikes out in place, and not really wanting to engage him with the knights if he doesn't have to, but at the same time, Tatoh realizing exactly where he's at this game. The Ford Castle, all these knights, not making things easy. The monks converting as well. Fantastic play from Bact. Didn't see a lot of aggression there, but Bact's damage that he did, the way he took off with his economy, more than enough to cement the game, guys. I hope you enjoyed something like this. Remember, of course, subscribe to my channel, because I am trying to do a lot more videos at the moment, so if you're subscribed, you will find them a lot easier. Thanks, guys. I'll see you in the next game.